Hey, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to install a fire suppression system. It's actually kind of a reinstall on this particular car because it went through recertification and I realized that one of the nozzles was not positioned correctly. So I'm taking care of that problem before we go through tech inspection tomorrow. So there's a number of different tools you're going to need in order to put in one of these systems, and they're right up here. First, you have the tubing from the system itself. It comes coiled up, so it's kind of a pain to get it at least somewhat straight. So you're going to need that straightened out so you can run it properly. You're going to need a flaring tool in order to get the ends to flare out to hold these bits in place. And then a tubing bender, a tubing cutter, and then you're going to need some hose clamps, and then I like to put these little bits of that just basically fuel line. I think these are 5/16 that happen to fit perfect around these, just to protect that from rubbing on the roll cage and on the clamp itself. So one of the first things we need to figure out is where we're going to run this. And so the fire suppression system is actually on the passenger side of the car. We need to get it over into the driver's side. And so what I'm going to do is, I already have one little bend on here. I'm just going to make sure that this is going to fit approximately right. That's pretty close. I need to straighten it out a little bit more and run it up closer to there. But we're pretty close, so might be able to leave it just like that. I'll give you an idea of what I'm looking at in the car. Is the fire bottle, picking it up from that little point there, bringing it up so that it is above the driver, up there at the top of the roll cage. One of the most important things to know about the fire suppression system is these ends. This particular one, you can see it's got has holes that go all around it, and then there's a second type that only has two on this on the side of it. Don't go all the way through. And what you have to plan where you're going to put those, mainly because particularly this type, you need to place it so that it is upside down like this, so that no dirt or anything can get in here. This type, it's best to have it upside down as well, but at least you have it covered so it's not so up to get dirt stuck in it. So yeah, what we're going to do is, this is going to be this piece. This, I just have these stuck in here right now. This is going to become a split in two, so that we have two nozzles going for the driver. The minimum requirement is to have one pointed at the driver. Out of everything in the car, to me, the most important thing is the driver. We actually have redundant systems on this car as well, so if the driver gets knocked out, there is a backup to this, but this is still the primary. And so what I'm going to do is split this so that I have one coming from the left, and then the primary one, the primary one with all the holes is kind of at the middle of the car. And then this is kind of a secondary one kind of over the shoulder. So we've got this piece roughly bent to where we want it to go. Already, I've got it relatively straightened out. We need to put the end on this, and this is where this flaring tool comes in. I'm going to try to do this with you kind of looking over my shoulder here. I'll open up my flaring tool. You can see that it's got quite a few pieces. This is a reaming tool for after you cut it. Make sure that it's cleared. So we'll clear that out, make sure that it's nice and clean. And then you have this bit, which clamps onto it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you need to put your pieces on here. So you've got this outer piece, which is actually going to tighten up onto this little tiny piece here. So we'll put that on, make sure you put it on the correct way. And then this little piece here, you see it's got a little shoulder on it. And that's so that when this thing slides down, that little shoulder falls into this little hole here. and you can tighten up the whole thing. So what we're going to do is we'll find, this is quarter, I believe. Yeah. And so we bring this up, we tighten this down, quarter turn at a time. I found that sometimes you need to use this to tighten it, but you don't want to tighten it too much or you'll crush your tubing. And then this little piece here is basically like a press. You got it too high, you gotta bring it in so that it matches the little shoulder on this. It needs to go in there, so I got this too high. Let's back it out a little bit. So what you do, and these little pieces are pretty important because it keeps it from collapsing in on itself when you do this. So you're going to start by, it's a little high. You're going to start by pushing it down on with this thing, and that starts the process, and then you finish it with just the doohickey itself. You tighten it down. You can see it. This. Sure, I got that tight. Leave on it here. And you basically take it down until it bottoms out, and that should start it. Remove your adapter, which it did. Looks like it started it. And then you put this back in to finish the job. There we go. Tight. Back it off. It should be mushroomed out a little bit. That first bit starts the process by making sure that it smushes down and starts to spread without collapsing on itself. And then the second bit comes down. You can see that, but it actually flares it out on the end. So now that when we bring this down, that flare now fits right inside that little piece. And now we can use that to tighten up our end. So now when I have this on it, I can put it in and finger tight it and see how we're doing. Finger tighten this to the end of the bottle. That might actually be just about right. But now I need to figure out, I have to put this T on it. I want it to be below the roll cage. In case of a rollover, I don't want this to come flying off and hit the driver or anything else. So let's see. This is going to go. Measurement. That will bring it right in line with where I want it. So that's good. So now what I'm going to do is, because I know this is about the right, needs to be an inch shorter. It's basically the width of this thing, shorter. I like tools with stories. This was actually my grandfather's pipe gutter that I believe he had at Portsmouth Naval Shipyard when he worked on submarines. So this may have actually been working on submarine parts at one point, which would be kind of cool. Tie that together with this, seeing as this is our veteran vehicle. And all you do is you put it on there, give it a little bit of a turn so it's tight, turn it a little bit, a couple of turns, and then you tighten it some more. And eventually works its way through, just like that. And this actually has a reamer, similar to that other one there. Use this to ream it out, to make sure we get rid of any barb. So again, the nut part will go on first, and then the little magic hat shaped doohickey goes with the brim down, if you will. And then we repeat the process with our flaring tool. I actually forgot to put my little protector on here. So what I'm going to need to do is slice this so that I can use it over it, just as a protector again. And then we'll hose clamp that in place where it needs to go. And again, finger tight it. Alright, so we're going to clamp it here. That should give us enough clearance to give us the two that we want. Alright, so tubing's the right length. It's going to put it about exactly where I want it. Go around my little tubing protector. There, nice and tight. There. So now that's the first piece that comes up. Now I need the T that's on it. I need to run it this way and that way, up to the front, and a piece across here and tip down. We need to be doing measurements and all that kind of thing. Same procedure as with that piece. It's just measurement, flaring, making sure you have all the bits in the right spot, and so forth. I'll show you what it looks like here in just a minute once I get it run. All right, so I need to put a couple of 90-degree turns in this. The thing is that this, you need to do this really gently. It can't be a really sharp turn. It needs to be about a 6-inch radius. And all you do is you put it in your tubing bender, like so, and you squeeze a little bit, and then you move. You squeeze a little bit more, and you slowly put in the bend that you need. And it's really important that you go slow with this. You just keep working your way across, nice and even, until you get a nice, smooth bend like that. What we got here is we ran that over there to this side. That's the 2 outlet side. That's on the driver's left. It goes up there and it tees, and then it runs down and sticks down right there, nicely pointy at the driver. You can see it runs down to the system down there at the bottom. Then there's another line that actually goes from there to the front, up under the hood. See, there's the line that comes through the firewall, and it goes up there, and it just pointed down onto the engine. Now we just need to see if it'll pass tech inspection.